Hey guys, it's Pastor Brian, and we are bringing you a very special edition of the Wednesday update, which, by the way, is now being called Mossolonian Musings. So we did a Facebook poll and asked you to help us to name this Wednesday weekly update. And Wendy, you won. So we did have some honorable mentions: the Scoop, Censored, Pandemic, Preaching Profile, the Lord spoke to Moses. What's up Wednesday? Baptist business. Keep informed but not infected. I like that one. And then the Oaks have moss. So I don't know, so those are our honorable mentions, but we landed on Moss Alone and Musings. I have a couple of the pastors who are joining me today to help me give you some of these updates. Everybody say, hey.
Hey.
Okay, and then I'm gonna have them mute as we go through some of these updates, and they'll be helping me out with giving you some information. So I'm gonna walk through this and give you some updates. There are 10 updates we want to talk about today, and the first one is that starting this Sunday, we're transitioning to brand new service times. We'll start our service times at 9 and 11 and 6. Why are we doing that? In the morning, we're doing that to be able to reduce the probability of you having any glitches when you're viewing us online. So we'll record live at the 9 o'clock, and then we'll be going Facebook Premiere and YouTube Premiere on the 11 and 6, and that should actually reduce the probability that you'll experience problems, unless, of course, you have internet issues on your side. But that gives us the very best opportunity for you to have a problem-free viewing experience. Also want to share with you that this past Sunday, we had 2 people who gave their life to Jesus Christ. So that's amazing. God is using this technology, and people are focusing their attention on the right thing, which is getting right with God. And so I think God's going to use this to continue to give us opportunities to do that. Don't forget, our venue pastors desperately and staff desperately want to be able to hear from you and pray for you. So be sure that when you are a part of that service, that you grab your app and you connect with us and engage with us through the notes. The notes are actually, you can fill out the notes from the app. You can see that there's on there. The Connect card is the lifeblood. We want to hear from you. So be sure you fill out the online Connect card through the app. And then, as always, please continue in your faithful giving. All that's available on the app. And today, I checked this morning, we are only 11 downloads away from 5,000 app downloads. How cool is that? So we're excited to be able to use these tools, and I know you're using them. Thanks for continuing to do that. Here's the second update I wanted to give you is thank you for your continued faithful giving. Again, as always, online is the very, very best way that you can make sure that we're getting the money and the funds and your tithes in on time and fast, and the least amount of actual human contact. So that's kind of cool in this moment as well. But if you're unable to do that, you don't have access to those kinds of tools, we are keeping the offices open with essential staffing only, and all of the appropriate distancing and isolation. And so there's just a minimal staff working Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4. You can come by and drop off your tithe during office hours, or you can always mail that in. So either of those methods that works for you, let us know how we can serve you in that. Number three, the third thing is that, the third thing is that we are now able to give you the full cabin service online through our YouTube channel. And the reason that's different is because it gives you the ability to throw it up on your smart TV, and it's not 3 separate videos. It's actually all in one video. Cheryl did a phenomenal job putting together this material that allows you at home to be the cabin leader for your kids. Don't let your kids just sit on the couch. Get them engaged in an opportunity to worship and to connect with God. And the story time is phenomenal. So please make sure that you're a part of that. That'll be coming out every Monday. She'll be publishing that by 2 p.m. and you'll have that available to be able to do a cabin service with your kids. Number 4, Gary, talk to us a little bit about what you did with the teens this week. Unmute. You're still muted.
Okay, I
I
think I'm
hear
there
you.
now. Yeah, sorry about that. So Tuesdays at 2:30, I go on Instagram and I go live, and I did that for the first time yesterday. Shared a devotional thought from the book of Mark. Introduced the idea that God is always with us, even through these crazy times of crisis. So we talked about the story of Jesus in the boat, and how he's asleep there, and the disciples come and wake him up and say, "Well, don't you even care about us?" And transition that into a thought of how if you accept Christ, the Holy Spirit lives in your heart. And that means God, the creator of the world, the all-powerful creator of everything, is right here in our hearts with us. And then what I did is I gave them the action step of connecting with me on the Bible app on YouVersion. And we're all reading together a Bible app reading plan called Who is the Holy Spirit, put out by Life Church or their youth ministry called Switch. And that's a 6-day reading plan. We had about 29 students connected with me on Instagram, and we already have 12 who've
Wow.
connected with me and begun reading the Bible plan together with me there. What's really cool about that is at the end of your reading time, there's a question that you can answer there, and that goes to the whole group of people who are participating there. We can have a little conversation about what we're learning as we read. So it's a really, really fun way to be connected, to be able to engage, and actually for me, it's to help our students gain a little bit of theology. And it's theology that's really practical for, like, in the situation I'm in right now, why does what I believe about God matter? And so really excited that I got to do that, and that the kids have been so on board with participating. It's been really, really neat watching them. That they are social beings, man. No matter what platform I get them on, they're liking everything. They're sending me little heart bubbles are popping up, and they're having comments. And I'm just like, wow, I've never seen this before. So I have realized that I'm an old guy now. But I'm learning a lot, and the kids are participating. So I love that. Got a couple of other ideas of things I'd like to implement in the future, just to create more connection points with our students throughout the week. So if you're a parent, you want to be staying connected with our Facebook, Oak Ridge Students Facebook group, because that's where I'm going to be posting information to you about other ideas we're trying to do, and actually looking for ideas from you or anybody you have about things we could do. I'm always open to hearing ideas. And then also I'm going to be shooting you guys, hopefully I'll be consistent at doing this, is sending you an email. If you're on my email list already, you've already gotten them from me. In fact, I sent one last night. So if you didn't, you want to get up with me and let me know what your email is so I can get you on that list. I'm going to try to have a post for you to see in that Facebook group once a week. And I'm going to try to send you an email once a week saying this is what's going on and how I'm interacting with your student today or this week. And so that's what we got going on so far. I've been pretty happy with it, been having a lot of fun with it. But it has very, very much so made me realize now I'm an old guy.
Well, I'm glad you're growing and not just the students. Hey, parents, again, if you're not in the group, you're out of the loop. And that means make sure you're in that Facebook group. You'll be hearing updates of what's going on with your teenagers. And I'm excited that the teens are continuing to connect in creative ways. And speaking of connecting, Pastor Tim is joining us. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with small groups.
Yeah, it's kind of pretty cool. As soon as we started doing these online services, actually several of our groups started creating watch parties, and they were watching the services together, and they were starting to chat. And hey, even if you're not in a small group, I'd encourage you, when we do our services online each week, get in there and start commenting. There's a lot of people connecting when we're doing our services. So yeah, groups started taking off on that, and then we really encourage groups to one, do a video call and catch up. What's been going on? It's been a lot of craziness over the last couple of weeks, and you guys have probably been, in your homes and that sort of thing, and been unable to meet with the size limit, that sort of thing. And what the governor's kind of letting us know that we should be doing for best practices. But hey, just catch up with one another. How's it going? Man, are the kids driving you nuts in the house or what? And so you can do that through multiple platforms. I recommend Facebook Messenger, because you can do video calls there. My group did that the other night, and it worked seamlessly. Actually had everyone pulled up on the screen, and we caught up. We spent about an hour, and that was enough time for us to catch up. And then what I would say then is lift up. Take some prayer requests. Let us know how we can be praying for each other. I know that there were several prayer requests in my group that came up the other night, and it just keeps us relationally connected. And an hour was a good period of time for us. It felt comfortable. So there may be some other platforms out there that you can use. And if those work for you, that's great. I know some people are using Zoom. Some people are using Google Hangouts. But whatever works for you, to be able to do those two things, catch up and lift up, to stay connected in this season is really, really important.
That's fantastic. So I know my group is going to be doing that tomorrow night. We're going to do some catch up and lift up. But just be aware, if you're using Zoom, it's free, but it's only 40 minutes. So, and it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of prayer. The Holy Spirit ain't bailing you out. It is going down. So I just encourage you to find a platform like Facebook. It's free, but it's also unlimited in its ability. So that's a phenomenal tool. But at least an hour, I think that's enough time to get some catch up and lift up. Also, to help you in your spiritual growth, we're going to begin producing content for you every Thursday that will be released, and that's starting this next week. So next week, not tomorrow, but the week following, Pastor Brian Lloyd is going to be bringing us Second Base online. Now, we've been talking about getting that into our learning management system for a while. We've just accelerated. So God put us in super acceleration mode to be able to get these tools online and available to you. So we'll start working on that. Watch for that next Thursday, and we'll start bringing you that content. And speaking of Pastor Brian Lloyd, give us a little update of what's going on with the other programs of the church with CR and Landing and Solutions. What's going on there?
A lot of exciting stuff. Recovery and is so important here at Oak Ridge, as well as counseling ministry. So Solutions is still doing what they do best and offering counseling services. I talked to Scott earlier, and they're excited about just continuing that ministry on, although it looks different in how we connect with people, but they're still here and available, not on location, but available to help with counseling services. So if you're in need of that, the best thing to do is to call the Solutions office, and if you go to the website at orbc.net, you can select Help Ministries. You'll see the Solutions tab, and their contact information is there. The other thing that we're working on, CR, Celebrate Recovery, and Landing, we are working diligently to have online services, or meetings, I should say, online meetings, because we can't meet as a group right now. So that leadership team has been working daily to make that happen. And you'll want to stay in tune to the website as well, orbc.net. And when you select recovery, you'll see the updates. We're also going to have other things as well. So we're going to do small groups online. That's the plan, to do that through Zoom meetings. Celebrate Recovery is going to allow us to do that. So we're real excited about people to be able to engage. And if that's something you're interested in, go to the website. You'll be able to select a link so that you can get connected to that. Also, we're going to have a couple other things on the websites that's going to be coming up by the end of the week. Celebrate Recovery, actually, on their, if you go to celebraterecovery.com, they've got daily videos that are recovery related, that are going to help you every single day. And then you also want to follow the Celebrate Recovery Facebook and Instagram page for just constant videos and updates while we're doing what we're doing online to keep you and help you in your recovery. So real excited about those things, and we're going to continue to have information coming out, because our heart in both of those areas is to continue to serve you and help you during this COVID-19 experience.
That is so good, because I guess Corona doesn't cancel hurts, habits, and hangups. So the fact is, we still need help, and thank God we have some cool tools that give us the ability to reach right into your home and right through this technology to help people. So thanks for continuing to work on that, and for all of our volunteers and stuff that work in the counseling and the recovery ministries and care groups and all of those that are continuing to do that. Thank you so much for what you do. Also, you may be wondering, what about what's going on with peace? What in the world? Peace one day, and what are we doing in a mobilization strategy? Gary, help us to understand what's happening there.
Yeah, so the first thing is our number one top level, like, golden bullet is you guys, is the members of our church just being who we know you guys are, because we know you guys express peace personally in your lives every day. We know that's something you just naturally do. It's built into you. And let me just tell you, now more than ever, that is the single most strategic thing that you could do to be a part of peace, is to get out there. Well, not actually get out there, but put yourselves out there by making phone calls or connecting on social media or reaching out to those people who might be more at risk, who are your neighbors, who are right next to you, seeing if they need anything, checking up with them, helping them out with whatever they might need. Just do that all of your own initiative. Those kinds of things are the most powerful things you could do right now, because they're going to be like, wow, why did he do that? And then you have an opportunity to share your faith and share the truth about who the church is, because the church is not a building. The church is you guys. And so we need you guys to do that. That is honestly the most powerful thing we could be doing right now. We've provided you guys with a couple ideas. You can go to our top 10 list, top 10 ways to love your neighbor, which you can find on the website. And then also we have the Peace Plan at Oak Ridge Facebook group, where we'll continue to post links and encouraging stuff for you to interact with and take note of ways you might be able to volunteer. So for instance, the food bank was looking for help at one point in time. Halo was looking for help, and things like that. So you want to be a part of that and have discussions there. If you encounter something in the community and you're like, wow, my neighbor needs help with this, but I'm not sure how to do it, that's a great place to go and post that idea there. Maybe somebody can jump in and give you that answer. As far as more formalized, church-wide responses, we completed that survey that I talked with you guys about last week, got that data back, and have begun using that to formulate a more formal response. And I've begun conversations with key leaders within our church, key volunteer leaders within our church, to start beginning a more formal response of things like, how do we offer hope to people who are lonely and isolated? Or how do we help people who are out of work, or their job schedules just completely changed now and they have to deal with this new reality? Well, we don't have the ability to go sit down in houses with each one of those people, and we don't have the money as a church just to give out money to anybody who needs funds. And so we're working with our top minds who work in those areas all the time as far as community engagements to formulate a good response. And so I have a pretty high level of confidence we're going to start a way to be able to engage online with a set time of prayer, where we'll be able to encourage people who are feeling lonely and want connection to be able to join us online. We haven't picked the day or time yet or have that worked out, so I don't have those details to share with you yet, but I had a really exciting Zoom call actually just before this one with our key prayer team leaders, and they are hard at work trying to figure out what is the best way for us to accomplish that. I've also been talking with our money management people, talking about two different things. How do we make sense of everything the government says they're going to do, right? Wow. Right, because honestly, I listen to those news reports and I'm not smart enough to figure it out. And so I went to the people who were smarter than me and I asked them, would you prayerfully consider about giving us a regular kind of cheat sheet? All right, this is what they said, and this is how you can take advantage of it. And so they're praying about what the best way to do that is and how to accomplish it. And I also talked with another member of our money management team, and he is hard at work and has agreed to put something together for us. For those of us who are out there like, okay, I did not listen to Pastor Brian and I did not take FPU, okay? And so now the crisis is here and I have no idea what to do. Well, he is going to give us the whole, okay, it's hit the fan. What do I do? Top 10 list, top 5 list. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but he's going to work on that for us. And so I hope that we'll be able to deliver some amazing high value add content to help people who are dealing with these issues that we found as a result of this survey that we did. So that's the kind of stuff we got going on right now, mobilization wise. But the main thing I want you guys to hear out there is the biggest peace initiative we have going on right now is you guys being who you are, being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ by going out and meeting needs and healing hurts personally for your neighbors who are right there as you reach out and check out on them.
Okay, what about Peace One Day? What's going on with Peace?
Yeah, so Peace One Day. So I heard the governor on the news today, and school is closed, I believe, till the end of April. It's for at least another 4 weeks. So so I don't feel like we are seeing a light at the end of the tunnel that makes me feel confident to say we should keep Peace One Day as planned. That writing's probably been on the wall for a good while. So as of today, we are officially going to postpone Peace One Day to a later date. Notice I did not say cancel. We are definitely doing this thing. Yes. It's just a matter of we don't know the when yet. And so here's what I want you guys to know. I fully expect people to be absolutely stir crazy when this thing finally is over. And I fully expect us to be able to get a high level of engagement if we can very quickly offer an opportunity for people to be engaged in their community as soon as this thing ends. And with that in mind, I want us to continue to do the Peace One Day sign-up process just like nothing has changed. So if you haven't signed up for Peace for One Day yet, I want you to do that. Get on your team, get on your work site, get prepped and ready to go. That way, as soon as this thing ends, we can say, okay, guys, let's do it. Here's the date, go. Okay, so sign up for Peace for One Day, even though it's postponed, and that'll put you primed and ready to go to be a part of bringing hope and healing to our community as soon as we're able to do that.
That's good. That's good information. And they can do that just by going to the orbc.net website. Up on the top menu for navigation, there's a button that says Peace One Day, and in there you can see register here. And so you'll be able to see all of the different project sites, project lists, and be able to register. And then we will already be queued up to fully mobilize the church when everything is ready. So we will still do a Peace One Day event. We just don't know exactly when that is. So please be sure that you are still signing up, getting registered, and we'll be ready to mobilize as soon as we get the thumbs up from the government. And then also new website letting you know, so we're making some changes to maximize your ability to quickly see everything that you can do to engage online. And so we're working on a homepage where you'll land and be able to see Oak Ridge Online and every single element of ways that you can engage with us in the services, in groups, in the kids services, in teens, and every program ministry of the church. You'll be able to quickly navigate. It's kind of your roadmap. Think of it like you're going into one of those theme parks and you say, you are here, how do I get there? How do I get to Groups Land and Growth Land, and how do I get there? And so that's what we're setting up on the website. That should be ready by the end of this week and fully engaged, so you'll be able to see that. And then finally, before we sign off today, let you know, communication is so vital in the season that we're in. And the primary methods and tools that we have to communicate with you are text and email. We gave you a text blast this last week. We will start the email blast this week with this particular video in it, so you can get all the updates there. And then also, just to let you know, if you unsubscribe from the text or the email, by FCC law, you're unsubscribed forever. So you need to be aware that if you do unsubscribe and you come to us someday and you say, Pastor Brian, I have no idea what's going on, can somebody tell me? It's your fault. So if you unsubscribe, you're out. So the fact is, if you don't want to know what's going on at Oak Ridge, feel free to unsubscribe. If you ever want to know anything that's going on, you probably ought to not unsubscribe. So just letting you know, those are the channels we're going to continue to use. Make sure that you're looking at those texts and emails. Let us know how we can continue to serve you in any other way. And from all of us, we just want to let you know we love you, we miss you, and we are praying for you, and we're going to continue to be here for you. Any final words from any of you guys? They're all muted, saying absolutely not.
Can I say something? Hey, just on this communication thing, I was so blown away, to be honest with you, about the two people that gave their life to Christ through our live feed. One of those was from not even here locally with us. So I just want to encourage everyone, if you haven't liked Facebook or Instagram, do that now, the Oak Ridge page for Facebook and Instagram, and share these services, share these words of encouragement on our social media pages, because, it may just land in someone's lap or on someone's screen out of state or even in our community that needs to hear that message of hope, and they actually give their life to Jesus. So I just really want to encourage everybody to continue to share everything they're seeing on social media, because it could really change somebody's life.
Absolutely. Hey guys, we love you. We'll see you next time. We'll see you this Sunday. Pastor Brian Lloyd is in the saddle and going to be bringing a powerful message on faith. We talked about fear, frustration. Now we're going to move on to faith. So we'll see you Sunday, guys. Take care.